Hello my friend, I'm Pat Sloan and this is my daily video. We are on our Monday night fireside chat version, which is so fun because this is always run as a premiere, which means there's a chat area on the side when it first runs, and the Monday nights are really a lot of fun because a whole different community of quilters can show up on the Friday night premiere and visit with each other before the video starts, usually about 15-20 minutes. Some of you get on even sooner than that. So today the topic is I want to get a status on your UFOs, mostly because that has been my focus for the whole month of August, is to have something I can sew on while I'm recovering from the broken wrist, because I still have severely limited mobility with my wrists. They look like I can move them, but there is a lot of stuff that actually can't happen. I can't press, I can't even cut my own food yet, so certainly can't do anything else that's cutting. But I got some help, and I had some serendipitous, I guess, issues that with the star blocks being a UFO, there was a lot of stuff already done. And so let's take a look, because I have been a busy girl. Look at this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So my friend Sue came and cut all the red sashings for me, and all the stars except for the bottom 4. So there, you can see my chair's in the way. Yeah, there's 4 at the bottom. Those 4 I had to make, but I had already pre-cut all the squares. So all I had to really do was trim the half square triangles. And I was able, and I showed you in a previous video, just draw with a pen and then use scissors, because I could cut one layer of fabric very short distances with a scissors. So I managed to get all 4 of those done, and then I have tons of come down here. See, I have all of these scraps, so already cut, you know, for making the 9 patches. So I didn't have to do anything for the 9 patches, just use what I already had. So that means there was very little cutting. It's just sewing and pressing. And so that is where I am, the scrappy Little Wishes block. So I know a lot of you are also sewing along with that. You wanted to make a scrappy quilt, and that's one of the themes that I want to have going forward, is that there'll always be something sort of scrappy being sewn and shown. And I am going to, I don't know how it's going to go for September. I might skip September and then start again in October, because I need to look at the things that I have. So speaking of that, what is coming up? Let me give you a sneak peek. This is a really good sneak peek. Okay, I'm trying not to dump those squares off on the floor. Oh, before I go, this is how, before I get off the 9 patches. See, I can't lift any weight, so, you know, like anything more than a pound, so I have to be really careful what I'm doing. So here is my these design boards. Now I buy them because honestly I do not want to make them. I mean, I know there's instructions out there to make them, but I find that it is well worth my time to just buy them. So I have a bunch of them. So these are the 9 patches that will be going on the top left up there. Okay, so coming up, I want to give you some sneak peeks so you know what's going on. Friday is the bring home the Christmas tree. Saturday I showed you the table runner with the car and the trees. It's so cute. Okay, so the layer cake is the other one that's coming up pretty soon. On my Sew Along website, I love to make quilts. I have got a little box now for each of the upcoming things, and I'm starting to get the project pages ready, which will have the links to each of the posts. So that's how it works. You go to that, I love to make quilts, then you see a table of the pictures of the project or the icon, whatever I'm using, and then when you click that, it's the project page, which gives you all the details and the links to all the individual blocks as we sew along. So it's always a place you can go to find that information. So the layer cake, I've got blocks to show you. Now my friend Melanie sewed these because they needed cut and all that good stuff, which I can't do. So she made the blocks for me. We're working in the Perfect 10 book, and yes, you need the book. Yes, you need the book. Yes, you need the book. Anytime I show you a book, you need the book. So If there's no book, I won't be showing you one. You won't believe how many people write and ask me. Okay, moving on. This is the quilt that I am going to sew from the layer cake, and we're going to do go by rows. And I'm making mine just a little bit bigger and putting a border on it. So because I wanted it as a really nice fall lap quilt. Let's look at the blocks though. They are so cute. So cute. I'm wishing I could be sewing them myself, but that's not possible right now. So here are the blocks, and they make up, as you can see on the picture, they make up this secondary design. So you're doing, 4 at a time. 4 at a time make one unit. Here, I'll hold it up here. So you can see 4 at a time make sort of, with the sashing, make that alternate image. So that would be doing, let's see how I can do this. So, because I'm on a corner here. I just don't have the energy to put the camera equipment somewhere else right now. So let's do the plaid one. So I'll hold it. Whoops, let's get the snowman down. The ghosts, these are darling ghosts. Okay, so here would be how one block is. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. And then these will be different colors, the cornerstone. And I'm going to hold this up so you can see. I'm using this basic from Riley Blake Company, which this is the one that when I saw it on the computer, I thought, well, I don't know. But when it came, I was like, oh, I really like it. So it's got this sort of texture, like a screen, but it's not the whole thing. And then there's some little tiny dots in it. It's really cool. Okay, so here are blocks here. Let me show you a couple other ones. There's like a little pumpkin seed one. I don't know what you would call that, but it's like a quilt block. See that? And here's with some moons and stars. This guy's got kitties on him. That's a spider web. So here's the kitties. I'll just hold the fabric. There's the kitties. All the info for all this is below. So there's the spider webs. I like that spider web. I believe these are all, I mixed in a few other prints, but I believe all those prints are from April Rosenthal's fall line. Fall Moonlight something, or Midnight Mad, I don't know what it is. It's linked below. I can't remember, sorry. It's linked below. I am very excited about this. So I have to take a bunch of these pictures, and then Melanie is going to assemble the top for me. So, then it'll get quilted. So I'm going to have it for fall because I'm very excited. But this one starts in a couple weeks in September. The date is down below. So I'll list the date below because I didn't write it on my working sheet here. But we're going to have really a lot of fun with the layer cake. I like it. Okay, the other thing that I want to show you is some cool pattern that I got. And I had to put everything sort of well, not sort of, I had to put everything on hold in the middle of June when I did this, when I fell and broke both my wrists. For those of you who are just discovering, fell and broke both my wrists in the middle of June, and some bones, and had surgeries and all kinds of good stuff. But everything had to be sort of put away. So I'm getting a little bit more energy back, and excuse me. So I'm now working on trying to sort of sort through things and stuff. I still have, these piles of stuff that I have to sort through, things I've been wanting to share with you. The Fat Quarter Shop sends them, so I can share them with you, things that I like. And so I've got a couple of them because I got through one sort of stack of things. Okay, I had gotten this because I thought this would be an amazing summer project. I thought it'd be such a cool sew along. And I'm thinking that we'll probably do this next year because this Busy Bee by Krista Mosser is just so darn cute. What size is this thing? She calls it a baby quilt. So it's 42 by 48. So I would hang it on the wall, but it'd also be so cute for a baby. Could you imagine? You could do it in pinks for a girl, blues for a boy. If you wanted to do a neutral, you do this black and white with the yellow. I could see it in mint greens, little like green or grass green. That would be so cool. It uses a specialty ruler, which for a pattern like this, Krista does a lot of things with this kind of a ruler. And so they're pretty mandatory. But I will link you up, and if you want to make one of these now, I would love to see it made up. But I am definitely keeping this on the list for next year. I had to go write that on my master plan. Yes, I have a master plan. Doesn't everybody have a master plan? So that's one of the things that I had to put off. You know, I was going to mess around with that ruler this summer and play around with, you know, trying the blocks and testing it and all that stuff. But, you know, I have to wait a bit. So I want to go on our continuing 5 questions from Lisa. So we're on question number 4. If you missed the other 3, they're back on Saturday, Friday, and Thursday prior. The 3 prior videos. So the question she had today, which I really like this question because I had to think a lot, because these were all questions that are very personal things to me. So I had to sort of think through that because I don't always have this, you know, snappy answer. So her question is, do I have a bucket list? And the word bucket list must have come from that movie, right? There was some movie where the guy put all the stuff in the bucket. But it's like a list of things I've always wanted to do. I mean, I think those people have had those from the beginning of time. And, you know, do I have things on a list? Yes, I do. And so she wanted to know, would I share some of them? So there are places that I visited a lot of places. I lived in Europe as a kid for eight years. Graduated from high school in Europe. So I did a lot and saw a lot. But that also means that it gave me an appetite, gave me an interest in seeing things, seeing other places in the world that I haven't been to. So there's 2 places that are still on my must-see list someday, and that is Hawaii. I would like to, I think, even more go so as a quilt maker, because I would like to see the quilting traditions of Hawaii. And my sister-in-law grew up in Hawaii, so she has a lot of family there. And my brother-in-law and her own a home that they'll retire to someday. My nephew goes back and forth, so you know that's something that we would like to do, is go out and see her family there. But I really want to see the quilting traditions. And I want to see a volcano. I haven't seen that. I've never seen that. It can not erupt while I'm seeing it. That would be good. But it just is an environment that I have wanted to see for a long time. I've also wanted to go to Japan. I've wanted to go to Japan since I was a kid. I mean, that has been my thing since I was a little kid. I've wanted to go. I think because of reading a lot of Pearl Buck books, even though I think a lot of that might have been in China. I still wanted to go to Japan. And I have been to China, but Japan is different, and it has some different things. Plus it has this amazing quilt show, which is in January, which would not be cherry blossom season. So there's a downfall to that. So I might have to go twice. You know, once to see the quilt show, once to go see the cherry blossoms. Someday. I've never been to Greece. These are all places that, for me, I would like to see. And I've been to Spain, but as a kid. You know, I'd like to go as an adult and see Spain. Now, other things that are not travel, also for a very long time, gardening is a huge thing for me, and I always thought it'd be really great to have an herb garden. And I've had herbs every so often, but I've never had sort of an herb garden, one that's sort of specialized in that. And I thought that would still be something really fun to do, and plan it out, and you know, to have a little picket fence around it. Yes, all of those things. So those are a few of the items that are on my someday list. Okay, one more thing to show you. I've been on the internet for a lot of years, a lot of years. Push this over here. And so I've had online communities, for those of you who are on Facebook with my Quilt Along with Pat Sloan page, group rather, that is my biggest and most probably longest community I've had. But before Facebook existed, I had communities on Yahoo, for a very long time. And then when people started to leave Yahoo, there were forums, and so I built my own forum. And there's a whole group of ladies, quilters, who were on some came from the Yahoo group into the forum, and then now they're here in Facebook, and they're just an amazing group of ladies, and they sent me a quilt. And I have to show you the quilt they sent me, because it has been a long time since anybody gave me a quilt. My mother-in-law gave me one years ago. You know, as a quilt maker, people don't usually give us quilts because they know we have a lot, especially me, I have a lot. But it's special when somebody makes one just for you. And so my friends made me a quilt and put in their favorite fabrics, fabrics that of my collections. I'm going to stand up here. They used a coffee cup fabric that is darling. It's Carrie Bloomston's, I think. Just look at this. They did all these cute blocks. So I don't want to forget anybody, but I know like Bobby, Linda, Wanda, Beth, Diana, Shirley, Tracy, Thea, Hella Marie. And I'm sure there's more on there. I know there's more in the, of the group. Here we go. See this whole thing. So it is so awesome. I have it on the couch now. It's my sort of throw it over my legs in the evening. This is just, whoops, I'm probably messing up the mic. It is just so awesome to have friends, longtime friends. And I've had a chance to meet almost all of the ladies who made blocks. Tracy I haven't met yet, but I think Thea I met in the bathroom. That was where I met her the first time. And like, there's other people in this little group, their friendship group now. Judy came on a cruise with me. Cindy has been a longtime friend, and you know, they do my quilting. And there's just a whole lot of other people over there that you know, I've met and been able in all my travels to meet. So I wanted to show you that don't ever underestimate making a quilt for somebody. It's awesome. Thank you, ladies. So I love everybody. This has been great. So thank you so much for being here, and I'm getting a little teary. It's just so sweet. I love you guys. Mwah. Good night.